have the classic block card, and alphabet blocks is the key here, but they're not just letters. So each one of these, I believe it's 26, but I could be wrong. We have a whole bunch of, and of course because they're a cube, we've got 6 sides, which means it just multiplies the options by even more than that. So all of these toys have the chance for open-ended play and cognitive development all mixed into one. And they really just meet your bubbies where they're at. So we can of course start with things like recognizing color. And these have our primary colors plus green, and we also have the letters in those colors. Now, what I love about the colored sides is that there is a touch aspect as well. So your bubbies are not just learning how to recognize the letter and the color, but you also have the opportunity to trace the shape, which is teaching them about the form of each of those letters and eventually how to write them. The other lovely thing about letters is we can start to help our bubbies recognize the letters of their name, so their letters, as I like to say. So for example, this is E for Eleanor, this is my letter, and we can see if we can find any other E blocks or maybe some other red blocks. We have the option to look for the letters just as the shapes. That's a little bit more advanced perhaps because it's a little bit trickier to see. And then as we move along, we can see we've got some picture shapes. Now these are going to be a really fun one to help teach our bubbies not only what they're called, but to start sorting. So one of the other great things about these collection of blocks is that we can play sorting games. What do I mean by that? Things like finding all the red, finding all of the numbers. Then we can also be doing things like ordering them, so learning our numbers and then counting, of course, includes which order do they go in, and it's the same with the alphabet. You can include things like the alphabet song and helping them to learn which order they go into depending on where we're at in the song. I also, of course, would be remiss to mention the fact that these blocks, they work a bit like die or dice. So we can practice rolling them, seeing how far they can go, and we can be building. So building towers, of course, to begin with, you might be the one that is doing the building, but your bubbies will love the knocking over, which is about teaching cause and effect as well as the fun of messing up something. And we can gradually teach them about the building aspect. And as we do this, we're communicating with each other and they're learning about communication skills as well. The beautiful thing about any kind of open-ended play is that we're always stimulating their imagination, helping to boost their creativity and their confidence in communicating with you. And all of these kinds of things are the crucial building blocks of their cognitive development at this stage, which we love to find ways to support wherever we can. And of course then we have a cart, which doesn't have to have the blocks in it. It might be a favourite toy, or it might be just the challenge of figuring out how to pull this along next to them without tripping over it. The string too, as your bubbies are getting the hang of their fine motor skills, figuring out how to hold on to this and to pull it. That's one of the first things they'll probably figure out before they figure out how to wangle it, getting their little cart driver license. And then we can practice packing away and taking them where they need